And now I'm going to go to our channel. Come on. There. Okay. This is a new segment I'm going to do called This Week in Reading. And I'm going to go over what I'm reading, and then Mel's going to go over what she's reading, what we're currently reading. I'm going to give you a brief tutorial of my Goodreads, on what I'm reading, and what I've read this year. Okay. You probably don't see it, but if you want to pull up YouTube on your other screen, you can see it. Just make sure you mute it. But you should be able to see. Open up another window. Oh. Just make sure you mute it. And click on our channel. Do you see it? So that way you can see comment too. Make sure you mute it.
Okay.
At the bottom. You there?
Mm-hmm.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, hon.
No. Do you have it pulled up?
Not yet. I'm working on it. Give me a second.
Honey, go to youtube.com. My channel.
Our channel.
Melanie!
What?
Did you?
No?
You know we're live. You know what? You know we're live, right?
Okay. All right. Is that better?
Do you have it up?
Yes, I have it up.
Make sure it's muted. Is it muted?
Yes, it's muted.
If you have to do that other thing, will you please mute? Or you I'm not joking, Mel. We're live.
Okay.
Okay. Do you see what I have up?
Yes, you have your Goodreads up.
Okay.
You're
It's
frozen
not
now.
funny, Mel. It's really not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's actually embarrassing. I'm trying to do something here.
All right. Well, you're frozen on the screen.
I shouldn't be.
On my screen, you're frozen. Don't know why.
Not on mine.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
You're probably just buffering. Hello, Robin BRL. Okay, we're gonna get started. Sorry about the delay, guys, but I'm starting a new segment called This Week or My Week in Reading. This Week in Reading. Yes, I'm Shannon. Mel,
I'm
introduce you.
Melanie.
Melanie, put your yeah.
Is that better?
Okay. Yeah, I'm Shannon. I'm the one raising my hand, and Melanie's the one there. Okay, so what we're doing is I'm doing a new segment called This Week in Reading. And first of all, I'm gonna go over what I'm reading. I'm gonna go over what I've read this year so far. Put that over there a little bit. Okay, this is if you don't know what. Oh, hi, Robin. If you don't know what this is Goodreads, and what this is basically what I like to call a social media for book nerds. You can go, sorry, you can go online to Goodreads. You can input what you're reading. You can also connect with other readers as well as update your status of what you're reading, set reading goals, reading challenges. As you can see, I've completed 8 books this year. I've had a crazy year, so I have not read that many. But first start off is I'm going to go over what I'm currently reading. The Diviners. This is a fantasy young adult historical fiction paranormal mystery fantasy wrapped up in one. And I'm going to read the synopsis. Evie O'Neill has been exiled from her boring old hometown and shipped off to the bustling streets of New York City. And she is positively ecstatic. And you have to read this to know she talks funny. So she says positively. She says you Betsky. She talks funny. That's the only part of the book I don't like because it makes the character sound kind of childish to me. But that's just nitpicking at the book. I still like the book. She's shipped off to the bustling streets of New York City, and it's 1926, and New York is filled with speakeasies, Siegfried girls, and rakish pickpockets. The only catch is that she has to live with her Uncle Will and his unhealthy obsession with the occult. Evie worries he'll discover her darkest secret, a supernatural power that has only brought her trouble so far. But when the police find a murdered girl branded with a cryptic symbol, Will is called to the scene. Evie realizes her gift could help catch a serial killer, so she has these supernatural paranormal powers. She can connect and see who the killer is. As Evie jumps headlong into a dance with a murderer, other stories unfold in the city and never sleeps. A young man named Memphis is caught between two worlds. So it's pretty good. And then the other I started today is I'm gonna make it a rule to not read any more than two books. Have two books going at a time. But I'm reading Anne Rice's the Claiming of Sleeping Beauty, and this is not for the kiddos. I repeat, this is a fantasy erotica. And if you don't know what erotica is, I don't know what to tell you. Erotica has to do with sexual desire, but it's a retelling of Sleeping Beauty, but with an erotic twist. Um, Basically, the prince, she gets the kiss of a prince, just like in the original. But the prince awakens her, but with sexual initiation. His reward for ending the 100 years of her sleep is she's basically his sex slave. So it's one of my guilty pleasures. I love reading these kind of books. Uh-oh. Go back to Goodreads. Oh. Okay, so that's what I'm currently reading. I have completed 8 books this year, starting with The Silent Patient. I've completed. Silent Patient is a thriller. Lori's Song is a true story of an American woman held captive in Iran. Gillian Flynn's Gone Girl it's a psychological thriller. Don't Look for Me, which is the ARC, and if you don't know what an ARC is, it's an advanced reader copy. We Melanie, me and Melanie won that in a Goodreads contest. Am I frozen?
No.
Okay. The Cabin at the End of the World, which is basically a home invasion type. Oh, I had it stopped. But The Cabin at the End of the World, which is basically a home invasion type story. Stephen King Outsider. And that's an unspeakable crime. Basically, leads to a guy with strong evidence, but I won't give it away, but it does have a bit of a twist to it. Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky, and that is a thriller, psychological thriller. And Sarah J. Maas, Crescent City. That is a fantasy mystery, murder mystery, rolled up in one. So that's what I'm reading so far. I've set my goal at 100 books. I usually try to set it for 100 books, but this year's been kind of crazy with the pandemic and everything. So I've read 8 books. Now I'm going to give the floor to Melanie, and she's going to, I'm going to give her an opportunity to tell you guys what she's reading.
Hello, book world. I am reading, I'm picking several books. I haven't decided on what I'm going to read. But if you watch our reading vlogs, our weekly reading vlogs, you'll know that I just finished an amazing book, and I'm really impressed with the book. It's by Grady Hendrix, and I gave this book 5 stars. It's Horrorstör by Grady Hendrix. If you look at the cover, it looks like an IKEA catalog. And it's basically about this girl, Amy, this young lady, Amy, who has decided that she is going to transfer out of this particular Orix store, which Orix is a Swiss furniture store that competes with competes with IKEA. Ugh, words are hard tonight. So this book, basically, there is a guy named Basil, who is her supervisor, that she does not get along with, and she wants to transfer out of this Orix store, which, like I said, is a Swiss furniture store like an IKEA, and it competes with IKEA. basically,
Here, let me move this so you can see it. There we go.
she wants to transfer out because she does not like the manager Basil. Well, one day Basil calls her and this wonderful middle-aged lady named Ruth Ann, who is a sweet southern lady, and she is a hard worker, Ruth Ann is. She calls them both in and says, Amy says, well, what are you doing? He said, well, I'm calling you both in because, she said, well, you're not going to fire us. He said, no, it's because Ruth Ann is a hard worker and I don't want her fired. So basically he says, no, I'm not firing you. However, I do know that you want to transfer out of this particular horse store to another horse store. And I want you to do one last thing before I authorize this transfer. Something is going on at night, and the cameras keep cutting off, and we're unable to see what's going on. I think there may be somebody breaking into the furniture store at night, and I want to know what's going on. He says, if you want this transfer to go through, then you and Ruth Ann are going to spend the night at our store, and we're going to find out what's going on. And basically, the first half of the book reminds you of Ghostbusters, but the second half is very gory and very graphic. But I enjoyed it. It's kind of cheesy too, which I like cheesy horror books, so that doesn't bother me at all either. So that's the book that I finished. Now I am wanting to read Sailor Moon, which is a graphic novel, and I've been wanting to read this graphic novel. And I heard about this book from Gabby Reed. She really likes this particular author, and he is a thriller author. And it is the book is called The One by John Marr. And Shane, I don't know if you can pull up Goodreads and pull this book up for John Marr.
Yes,
The One. I haven't gotten into this book, and I haven't decided if I'm going to read this book or the next book. So this probably would be one of the books that I decide to read.
What is it called?
The One by John Marr. Marrs. So if you like tonight, y'all can help me pick out my next read.
I can't find it.
Just do a search for John Marr. Marrs. John Marrs.
Okay. Show the book.
It's right here.
Put it to your other side.
Like that?
There we go. Not the same cover, but okay. You want to read that?
Yeah. So let's just go off that synopsis there.
Okay.
I can't see the synopsis on there.
You have the stream pulled up, right?
Yes. But it's very behind.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, let it catch up. There is a 20-second delay.
Okay. How far would you go to find the one? A simple DNA test is all it takes. Just a quick mouth swab, and soon you'll be matched with your perfect partner, the one you genetically are made for. That's the promise made by Match Your DNA. A decade ago, the company announced they had found a gene that pairs each of us with our soulmate. So this is a thriller that is based on. It sounds like it's going to be a suspense thriller, and it's based on finding the perfect match. And I'm sure that the DNA match makes mistakes and everything. So that's one possibility that I'm going to read. The other book is My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. The Grady Hendrix, the cover of the book that I saw on Goodreads doesn't look very good. It doesn't look as cool as this cover, I might say. This looks like a vintage 1990 cover of a VHS tape.
And I'll let you read the synopsis when it catches up. Sorry, YouTube does not have FTL, which is called faster than light, like Mixer does. So any other platform, you're going to have a bit of a delay.
As you see, the cover of My Best Friend's Exorcism on Goodreads doesn't look as good as the cover that I have. That cover, it basically looks like a yearbook. This looks like a VHS tape, and it says...
Well, you can actually go here and look at other covers.
This one says, Be Kind, Rewind.
There you go. Now it matches. Okay, and I'll let you...
This is my favorite cover because it reminds me of my Blockbuster days. So I'm torn between those two books and what I'm going to read next. I haven't decided when I read next. I believe that this Grady Hendrix book...
Hi, Megan! But go ahead and read the synopsis, Melanie. Hi, Megan. How are you?
But yeah, this looks like the 1990s VHS cover. It's still catching
up. Put it on the other side of you. Put it on the other side of you. There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna...
And let it catch up.
Yeah.
How you doing, Megan? But I will let that catch up, and Mel can read the...
So I like this particular cover of the book, but it says an unholy hybrid of Beaches and The Exorcist. Oops, there it went. It just now went away.
Hold on, there it goes. Go ahead and read that.
An unholy hybrid of Beaches and The Exorcist that blends teen angst, adolescent drama, unspeakable horrors, and a mix of 80s pop songs into a pulse-pounding supernatural thriller. The year is 1988. Oh, cool. We're going back to the 80s. It kind of makes me think of AHS 1984. But it says the year is 1988. High school sophomores Abby and Gretchen have been best friends since 4th grade. But after an evening of skinny dipping goes disastrously wrong, Gretchen begins to act different. She's moody, she's irritable, and bizarre. So basically, it sounds like she's being possessed.
I will say that is a cool cover. And Melanie's torn between those two books, I believe.
So I am not sure if I'm going to read.
So we can put a poll in. What should Melanie read? My Best Friend's Exorcism or The One?
The One by John Marr.
And I plan on reading... I got what I need to go back to my home screen.
Also, in the comments, guys, let us know what you're reading right now. I'd love to know what you all are reading.
I'm reading The Diviners and Anne Rice's Claiming of Sleeping Beauty. But
how are you enjoying The Diviners, Shannon?
I'm loving it.
Is that
But my next read I've put in I'm gonna go for If It Bleeds by Stephen King.
Oh yeah.
This is what I think I'm going to read when I'm done with those 2 books.
I
Megan,
love
do you see what Megan said?
My Best Friend's Exorcism. You think I should read that? Okay. I think I should read that too then. I miss Blockbuster very much too, Robin. I was a manager at Blockbuster Video, a shift manager, and I loved it so much. Our store manager used to have a girls' night out too, and all of us would get together. We'd make the guys work a shift on a Friday night, all of the men, and so all of the women that worked there, we'd have a girls' night out like once a month, and we'd go to see a movie or have dinner together or do something. It was right around payday too, so we all knew when we got paid. So we all had a girls' night out, and it was fun.
But this
We
is
were
a
a family
lovely
thing.
paperback or hardback of what I'm reading. I have the Death Jacket downstairs, but it's called The Diviners, and I'm currently on page 182. But
I'm
that's
definitely
what
gonna
I'm
read
reading.
these books at a certain point in time. I don't know when. I guess I'll probably start with My Best Friend's Exorcism, and then I'll read the one. You were assistant manager at Blockbuster as well. That's cool. Well, our store manager was really cool, Robin. So basically, she put the schedules out, so she made all the men work the same shift once a month, so we could have a girls' night out.
But yeah, if you didn't see earlier what I read, I'm reading The Diviners, Megan, and this in Rice's. So I'm kind of reading an erotica, and I'm reading The Diviners. All on my Nook. I have a Nook Low Light 3. And I have a Nook Low Light Plus. Thanks to Melanie.
That was her birthday present.
Yeah, that
And
was my
Megan,
birthday present.
I know you read Horror Store? I think you've read Horror Store. That's what I thought. Did you see our YouTube video, Megan, where I reviewed this book? I didn't know if you read this book or not, or if you watched our YouTube video that I put up for Shannon's birthday quarantine vlog. It's the previous vlog before this one. We're also on Twitter at The Book Chronicles without the ES. So, y'all, please feel free to join us on Twitter as well.
Yes. And of course, you already know we're on YouTube. Because you're currently watching us on YouTube.
Yes, and if you have any friends out there that love reading, please give us a shout out if you don't mind, and let them know about our channel. We love meeting people and making new friends and sharing our love of reading with others.
So, what are you currently reading, Megan? We're going to see what Megan's reading. And also, what are you reading, Robin, if you're reading anything?
I hope you read Horror Store. Have you ever been to an IKEA? It's basically a knockoff IKEA store. And the book looks like an IKEA catalog. It's so cool. This was it reminded me a lot the first half of the book of Ghostbusters. I really honestly Grady Hendrix, he is amazing. And I think the My Best Friend's Exorcism won the Bram Stoker's award, but I really enjoyed the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. That was amazing as well. I wanted to find some other Grady Hendrix like horror books other than Stephen King, because I like Stephen King. As a matter of fact, I think that my next read of Stephen King is going to be The Stand. I haven't read The Stand. And due to the current situation that we have, I want to read The Stand. Because
Be prepared. If you read The Stand, be prepared. That's an investment in time.
Is it? How long is the book?
Well, let's take a look at how many pages the book is.
You're fixing to read Girls Save the World in this one by Ash Parsons? Oh,
Oh.
cool. I want to see that book, Shannon. Put that on Goodreads. Girls
Let's
Save
take a look at what Megan's reading. Girls Save the
the
World.
World in this one.
Is this it, Megan? Give it a moment to update.
Sorry there's a lag, guys. I really am. And I'm downstairs and Shannon's upstairs because it's hard.
I'm going to add
With her
that to my want to read.
It's hard to go have our chairs setting close together with the desk setting that she has upstairs. I need to get a bigger desk for downstairs so we can both sit at it.
Okay.
And have just a book filming area. Girls,
so this is
one.
June's whole life has been leading up to this ZombieCon.
Oh, cool.
The fan convention celebrating all things zombies. She and her two best friends plan on hitting all the panels, photo ops, and meeting the heartthrob lead of their favorite zombie apocalypse show, Human Wasteland. And when they arrive, everything seems perfect. Though June has to shrug off some weirdness from other fans, people shambling a little too much, and someone actually biting a cast member. Then all hell breaks loose, and June and her friends discover the truth. Real zombies are taking over the con.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. I love books about
That sounds cute.
Like that. I won't play a game with zombies in it, but I love books with zombies. There was a book Sean David Hutchinson wrote. Oh my gosh, it had a brain on the cover, and it was like a Frappuccino cup with a brain on top. What was the name of that book? Oh gosh, I can't even remember the name. It was by Sean David Hutchinson. Let's see if I can find that. I like that book. That book was good. I mean, it was a 3-star.
Sean David Hutchinson.
Yeah, it was a.
What's it called?
That's what I'm trying to find.
But thanks for sharing what you're reading, Megan. That sounds like a good book. Like it would be kind of humorous. Melanie's trying to find a book.
Sorry, I'm on my phone because they're trying to. Can you type in Sean David Hutchinson?
How does he spell his name?
S-E-A-N, I think.
Huh?
S-E-A-N, I think.
No. I can't find it.
S-H-E-A-N?
No.
Oh, it wasn't good enough to keep on my list of books to keep. I think I actually gave it away, but it was a 3-star read. It was by Sean David Hutchinson. The cover had a brain. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was a zombie book, but that book sounds really good, Megan. I really want to read Girls Save the World in this one. So you met Ash Parsons a while back?
That's awesome.
Still Waters. So she had a book called Still Waters. Oh, she's from Alabama. That's so cool. Man, we sure missed a lot of people coming because we had CFest that was going to happen this March, and then everything happened. Thanks, Megan. Thank you for saying that. I for some reason I'm getting into the horror genre heavy, and I love contemporary. Have you read Love Boat Taipei? I enjoyed that book. I really enjoy that book.
I love this book. It's if you like paranormal,
Paranormal fantasy, right?
mm, this is the dust jacket downstairs, but the outer cover is really beautiful. And this is actually a signed copy. I found it.
Yeah, she found it at
Where did we go to downtown Nashville?
the
McKay's.
Cave Books.
It's a signed book.
Stillwaters.
Let's put that in. Still Waters. And who's it by?
Ash.
Oh, here we
Ash
go.
Parsons.
Let's see what this is about. I'll let you read that synopsis when it pulls up.
Well, I hate that there's a lag between us talking
Well,
and.
Because Mixer has FTL. Other platforms, Mixer is the only platform that has FTL.
Oh, even Twitch does that?
Yeah, there's a delay in Twitch, YouTube, Facebook Gaming.
Huh.
Okay, when it pulls up.
It's still typing in. Okay, here we go. A gritty, powerful debut. So this is her freshman novel that invokes the outsiders. You won't be able to look away. Ooh. High school senior Jason knows how to take a punch. Living with an abusive father will teach a kid that. But he's also learned how to hit back, earning a reputation at school that ensures no one will mess with him. Even so, all Jason truly wants is to survive his father long enough to turn 18, take his younger sister Janie, and run away. Ooh.
That sounds good. That sounds like something that's right up my alley.
She's a very good author, it sounds. The synopsis of her book sound really good. And a zombie book right now.
Megan, you always have good suggestions. I wouldn't have known about Baby Teeth if it wasn't for you.
I like Baby Teeth.
I absolutely enjoyed Baby Teeth.
That was my favorite book.
Oh, did you show Megan we got the paperback too? We loved it so much.
No.
We loved it so much we got the paperback copy too.
Yes, we got the paperback copy. The only book that I had to DNF, Megan, and I'm sorry, that was the T-Bird of Hummingbird Lane.
You know what? I think I'm gonna give it another shot. It's not that it was bad.
That may be a book.
What is it? The T. What was it called?
The T-Girl of Hummingbird Lane by Lisa C.
I'm gonna give this another chance, but I want to get the paperback copy of it. But I mean, it's not that it wasn't bad. It was just
it got kind of rough at the very beginning, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I can plow through.
In their remote mountain village, Leon and her family align their lives around the seasons and the farming of tea. For the Aka people, ensconced in ritual and routine, life goes on as it has for generations, until a stranger appears at the village gate in a jeep, the first automobile any of the villagers has ever seen. The stranger's arrival marks the first entrance of the modern world in the lives of the Aka people. Slowly, Leon, one of the few educated girls on her mountain, begins to reject the customs that shaped her early life. When she has a baby out of wedlock, conceived with a man her parents consider a poor choice, she rejects the tradition that would compel her to give the child over to be killed, and instead leaves her wrapped in a blanket with a tea cake tucked in its folds near an orphanage in a nearby city. As Leon comes into herself, leaving her insular village for an education of business and city life, her daughter Haley is raised in California by loving adoptive parents. So yeah, it sounds like good, but I'm going to give it another shot. I want to get the paperback copy and give it another shot.
So Megan, about how many chapters in does it start getting better? Because the synopsis does sound intriguing now. I never really read the synopsis. I just went with, oh my gosh, Megan loves it. I'm probably definitely gonna love it because you have a very good taste in books. I just had the hard time getting into the book at first because it was so slow, and like you said, it was info dumpy, and there was a cruelty to animal part that I had a hard time with.
But I'm gonna show you my birthday present.
If you saw a reading vlog, you also saw what I saw her birthday present.
This is my birthday present, and it is a Nook.
Yeah, you all probably saw the day that I actually got her birthday present.
I'll turn it on. You slide your.
It charges fairly well, doesn't it, Shannon?
As you can see, those are the books I'm reading. But it's a bigger size. And this is the cover. I absolutely love it. That was my birthday present. But Megan, do you have any books that you plan on reading? What does your TBR look like? My TBR, I'm going to try to read If It Bleeds. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
She said she was going to read Girls Save the World in this one by Ash Parsons.
I thought that's what she said she is reading right now. But yeah, I recently got If It Bleeds, so it's a compilation of short stories. I'll show you the cover. I absolutely love it.
You say compilation, I say compilation. That's cool, Shannon. Homophone, huh?
But this is If It Bleeds. I don't know. I may, because it says it'll spoil Mr. Mercedes. I don't know why.
Yes, and it will spoil one other book. According to one of the reviewers, said if you don't want Mr. Mercedes spoiled, you might want to read it first. It's a compilation of of stories, but the story that is actually If It Bleeds, entitled If It Bleeds.
I should have Mr. Mercedes on my Nook. Let me see if we have a Mr. Mercedes.
Do you have the hard copy of Mr. Mercedes too?
No. Let's sort by author.
Oh, you're reading The Hunger Games after that?
The Hunger Games? Ooh.
Are you reading the prequel? Megan, have you read the prequel to that book?
Oh, here we go. Mr. Mercedes. Oh, I do have them. So maybe I'll read Mr. Mercedes next. That would be this. Let me show you the cover.
Oh, so you're reading the prequel.
This is Mr. Mercedes.
Oh, Mr. Mercedes. Is that about a car?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I didn't know. So you're reading the one about President Snow? They say it's really good because he's still a villain in the very beginning. It shows his villainry. He doesn't try to make him out to be a better person in the beginning. It vilifies him right from the beginning. So Susan Collins doesn't vilify him. I mean, she does vilify him even from the beginning for the prequel. Songbird and Snakes, I think it's called.
Okay, so here is the Mr. Mercedes. There's a trilogy.
Songbird and Snakes. Yeah. I actually enjoyed Twilight, and I like the books and the movies, so I'm probably going to read the new Twilight book when it comes out around my birthday. We have all the Twilight books, don't we, honey?
Mm-hmm. So there's 3 books out. I don't have the trilogy. Okay, so I'll have to read Mr. Mercedes and Finders Keepers next.
Yes.
These
Yes.
2.
Yes. Otherwise, it will spoil you for those 2 books. That's the other one she was saying.
And then I gotta read End of Watch.
I want to pre-order for my birthday that new book by Stephanie Myers, the Twilight Saga told from Edward's point of view. The sun something, I think. I would love to hear Edward's story.
I've read The Hunger Games.
That's it, Midnight Sun. Midnight Sun. I'm sorry, there's a delay, so when I see my chat come up, I'm off for a few moments before I see what you're saying. Yeah, I want to pre-order Midnight Sun for my birthday. That's going to be a book that I really want to read.
So let's do this. Let's put the Bill Hodges trilogy in our let's put that in our next read folder. We'll read that before
I'm
it
glad,
plays.
Robin. I'm glad you're getting some good ideas of books to read. What kind of, do you like comedies? Do you like romance? Do you like romantic comedies? Do you like fantasy books? Do you like thrillers? Do you like horrors? Do you like thrillers that are just kind of like Clue, where there's not much gore? Because if there's certain type of books that you like, I read all kinds of books, and so does Shannon, so we could, and Megan as well, so we could give you some good recommendations on books
yeah.
for
Megan
a
knows the good
particular
books.
genre,
Trust
Robin.
me. Megan knows the good books.
Oh, yes. Yes, she does. Probably if you want to, if you like historical fiction, you're probably going to go to Shannon, or if you like fantasy, her and Megan are very good at that. Okay, you like all but horror. Do you like thrillers at all? Do you like thrillers, or do you like
Do you like erotica? Because if you do, I got you covered.
No, as you said, all but horror. And if you like, okay,
no slasher books.
Okay, then if you like kind of thrillers that aren't like horror,
I think Robin would be kind of a contemporary person.
Okay, well, there is the Bromance Book Club, which that's an adult romance book about a guy who is on a Nashville baseball team, and he is having trouble with his wife. His wife wants to get a divorce. So he joins this book club that has Nashville's elite in it, and they're trying to help him work on his marriage by reading these different romance books. There's also a book called The Unhoneymooners. It's not too heavy in the intimate scenes, which is really cool. It's about this girl, Olive, whose twin sister got married, and her twin sister and her husband, they can't go on their honeymoon because her twin sister gets all these things for free. But it's so the whole wedding party except for Olive and the best man gets sick on the buffet, and Olive's sister, the bride, has this free trip to Hawaii that she can't take. Well, the bride, she's the maid of honor, and the best man, they don't get along. Olive and the best man don't get along, but they're forced to go on this trip and pretend to be husband and wife. It's really that's by Christina Lauren. That's a cute book if you like contemporary. Now I read a YA contemporary, which is called Love Boat Taipei. Uh, it's by Abigail Heng Nguyen, and it's really good.
But to answer
It
your
is about
question,
this.
hi Dee. To answer your
Hello, Dee.
to answer your question, Robin, yeah, erotica is if you kind of like, it's my guilty pleasure. So I'm currently reading The Claiming of Sleeping Beauty by Anne Rice, and it's an erotic retelling of Sleeping Beauty. So.
Any erotica book is a book that has a lot of intimate scenes. They're
Oh
very
yeah,
rough, intimate scenes. They're
extremely detailed.
risque, if you will, intimate scenes. So it's 50 Shades of Grey, kind of. That's erotica.
Hi, Susan Lee. Hi,
Hello,
Dee. How are
Susan.
you doing, girl? We're going over books.
So, Robin, if you probably would like Love Boat Taipei if you want something kind of on the light and fun side. It's a YA contemporary. It's by Abigail Heng Nguyen, and it's about Ever, who her family is upset that she still likes dancing after all these years. She's graduating from high school, and they have her go on this trip to Taipei to learn about Chinese culture, to study Mandarin and learn how to write Mandarin and learn Chinese medicine and all of this because she's been accepted in a Northwestern and they want her to go there. She doesn't want to be a doctor. She wants to be a dancer. So she wants to go against her family's wishes, but she doesn't know that she can do that because her family sold their family pearls to take her on this trip to allow her to go on this trip. But basically, when she gets there, she realizes it's a fun party trip. It's party all the time, pretty much. So it's a cute, fun read. And there's also dyslexia rep in it, as I mentioned in the YouTube video. So if you enjoy uh, something kind of fun, summery, that's not too heavy-handed with topics, this one there are some heavy moments, but it's very fun and joyful. There are moments when you get really upset with some of the characters in the book, but it's really good too. It all depends on what you like. There are some really good romance books that aren't heavy on the intimate scenes, but there are some romance books that are out there that are heavy on the intimate scenes that I'm not too fond of books that are heavy on the intimate scenes. Not as much as Shannon is. Shannon
Robin
likes
says I'm over
the
here
intimate
laughing while I
scenes.
have none of that in my real life.
Oh, Robin. So, Susan B, what are you all reading? You have any fun reading plans? We were talking about the new book that's coming out by Stephanie Myers, Midnight Sun.
Midnight Sun. Let me pull it up. What's it called?
I want to.
Oh, here.
Boys of Alabama. Oh, that sounds awesome,
I'm
Susan.
gonna let Melanie read the synopsis when it comes up. Oh, that's a partial draft. You're not done with it?
Midnight Sun? Well, she better
Boys
be
of...
done with it. It comes out on the August the 6th.
Well, I put it in Goodreads, and this is what I get. Right here.
It tells the story of Twilight from Edward's perspective, basically. Oh, just got Boys of Alabama.
Boys of Alabama, LGBTQ.
I want to find that synopsis because that sounds intriguing.
Boys
I
of
do.
Alabama. Here we
I
go.
am very fond of LGBTQIA plus representation.
I'll let Melanie
I
read
am
the synopsis.
I am female with a twist, so I enjoy books that have intersex representation. Although I have not found any books that has good intersex representation, but I have found a couple that have good representation for female romance.
Take a look
I
at
was
that now.
actually very upset with this book, Middlesex. That,
Oh yeah, she was kind of upset about that book.
That won the Oprah Book Club pick, and I don't know how this guy graduated from Brown's University as a writer, and he just basically the way he described people that are intersex, it made me so angry.
Berkeley Street. Oh, I'll have to look that up.
Boys of Alabama. In this bewitching debut novel, a sensitive teen, newly arrived in Alabama, falls in love, questions his faith, and navigates a strange power while his German parents don't know what to make of a South pining for the past. Shy Max thrives in the thick heat, taken in by the football team. He learns how to catch a spiraling ball, how to point a gun, and how to hide his innermost secrets. Wow, that sounds really good.
That sounds right up Mel's alley.
That is a book that I would definitely read for Pride Month. I need to put that on my Goodreads because that, Susan, is right up my alley. I would have to say I had to do a tier list review like Books and Lala did, and Gabby from Gabby Reads did a tier ranking of the different books. I should do a tier ranking video of LGBTQIA plus books. I will tell you the book that wasted my time though, that I would not give any thought to, is Middlesex. That was the biggest waste of my time.
Is this it, Dee? Is this one? Is this the right one? I meant mood. Oh.
Oh, Dee, yes, I'm into horror books lately too. I'm on this horror kick. As you know, I read Horror Store, and I really enjoyed that book.
But this is what Dee is reading. I might check that out.
Sean Ryan returns to Nashua and the childhood memories that drove him to join the Marines. After a prolonged legal battle with his aunt and uncle, Shane has possession of the family home where his parents disappeared over 20 years ago. The house, a monstrous castle filled with ghosts and secrets, is more alive than its inhabitants. Ooh, wow. That sounds good.
That sounds good too.
Yeah, I enjoyed Grady Hendrix a lot, Dee. If you're into horror, I'm on a horror kick right now, and this, as I mentioned in the video, it's kind of Ghostbusters on steroids because it's full of gore in the second half of the book. The second half of this book is very gory, but I love it. And I really enjoyed the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Most of Grady Hendrix books too, they're very, one of the main fear factors he puts in his writing is very descriptively he writes things about rats. And it's like, oh, it's cringeworthy. Excuse me. You tried to read Horror Store? Oh, I'm actually wanting to read My Best Friend's Exorcism. This book is going to be my next read. It sounds intriguing. This is the book that we're picking this as either this book or John Marr's The One. I love the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Are you talking about Horror Store or the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires that you couldn't get into? Rats, yeah. Robin, one theme that I've noticed in the 2 books that I've read by Grady Hendrix is he loves to have scenes where there are rats. And Simka's back there. I don't know if you can see Simka.
Where? With
Simka's
me?
on the couch. No.
Oh, with you.
Yeah, she jumped off the couch.
But yeah.
I love it. Well, both of the Grady Hendrix books that I read, Horror Store and the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, had scenes about rats that would make you cringe. So
she couldn't get into Horror Store.
You couldn't get into Horror Store. Have you tried the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires? That is I gave that a 5-star. Well, I like the cheesy horror though of the IKEA thing for Horror Store. Yeah, if you wanted to, if you checked it out at the library, not that I'm going to tell anybody to read a book, you must read this book, but if you were able to go to the library and check out the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, let me know. Let me know what you thought of it, because I liked it, but I'm excited about My Best Friend's Exorcism because it takes place in 1988, and I'm an 80s person, so.
Show it on the other side.
Oh, I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
We
It's cool.
Sold Our Souls by Grady Hendrix, Megan. Oh, I bet that would be a good one. Yeah, I mean, you just have to get into the fact that it's an IKEA store, kind of. It's Orshed, and they're. But have you seen the book trailer? There's a book trailer for Horror Store, and it is pretty cool. But I enjoyed it. It's not a long book. It's a little over 200 pages. Not long book at all. Horror Store isn't.
Oh, this is good. This is like a rock and roll horror.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
Let it pull up. We Sold Our Souls. Look.
I like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So, Megan, is this book a lot like the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Let's see. In the 1990s, heavy metal band Dirt Wurst was poised for breakout success, but the lead singer, Terry Hunt, embarked on a solo career and rocketed to stardom as Cushman, leaving his fellow bandmates to rot in Royal, Pennsylvania. Okay. 2 decades later, former guitarist Chris Polinsky works as the night manager of a Best Western.
It's a hotel. Best Western is a hotel.
Yeah. Best Western. She's tired, broke, and unhappy. Everything changes when she discovers a shooting.
No, shocking.
Discovers a shocking secret from her heavy metal past. Wow, Megan, that book sounds very.
I'm intrigued. I'm actually intrigued by that book, so I think we're gonna have to pick that one up.
Yes. That Ruth Ware book. What was the name of that Ruth Ware book we saw today at Barnes and Noble, Shannon?
Let's pull her up.
Is Ruth Ware a male or female? I think Ruth Ware is a female.
Yeah. The Lion King. This is what Melanie pulled up.
Yeah, I saw this book by Ruth Ware, and I think Ruth Ware is a male.
Might
I
be.
think. Let me see.
D is called the Southern Book Club's. What is it called again?
The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Yeah, The Lying Game by Ruth Ware. They're the author of Turn of the Key. Ruth Ware
Yeah.
is a male. Ruth Ware is a male, I think. I'm not mistaken.
Well, all you gotta do is pull her up right here.
For them up.
No,
Let's see.
she's female right here.
Oh, she's female. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I don't want to misgender Ruth. Yeah, Ruth Ware wrote the Turn of the Key, and
In the
from an
dark,
instant
dark wood. I've been meaning to read that. I'm gonna follow her.
New York Times bestselling author, blockbuster thrillers In the Dark, Dark Wood, and Woman in Cabin. Oh, cool. Okay. Duh. When I feel bad, yeah, Ruth is a female. She's a female.
But
I
yeah,
don't like
she's a good author. We
I don't
have
like misgendering people. She wrote The Woman in Cabin 10. She didn't write that, did she? Yes, she did.
Yep.
Did you read The Woman in Cabin 10, Shannon?
I started it. Yeah, I have it downstairs.
The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires is amazing. And it goes through the entire year, and the book starts off, it takes place in the 1990s, and it starts off in with the disbanding of a book club, and her and a few friends, after the book club disbands, they create their own book club that's a true crime book club. And then this guy, James Harris, comes into town, and everybody just loves him, and Patty realizes something's wrong, something's messed up here. So it's really good. It is it's like all Grady Hendrix books. Most of halfway through, it's not as gory, but halfway after you get through the halfway point, then it gets really gory. It is definitely adult horror, but I loved it. I loved it. The way these men, though, I will say, the way that the men treated the women, you wanted to just go wring their necks and say, "Come on, wake up!" It's a very, very good book. I won't spoil it, but it's a very good book, Dee. I gave that book 5 out of 5 as well. I think if you read Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, and then go back to reading Horrorstör, you might enjoy Horrorstör a lot more. I think that if I had read Horrorstör first, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much as I did after reading Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I really would like to see Horrorstör made into a movie. I think it would be a great movie. But the book trailer is awesome. Have you ever seen the book trailer of Horrorstör? But I'm gonna read My Best Friend's Exorcism next.
So it's decided that's your next read.
Yes, that's the one that everybody voted on.
Then I guess mine will be Mr. Mercedes.
I don't know why, Shannon, you haven't read the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires.
I will. I got Zippity books going.
Oh man, I mean, that book got me into Grady Hendrix. But yeah, I'm gonna read my best friend's exorcism, and it takes place in 1988. I love books that take place in the 80s. The
As you can
80s
see,
was
I got this
the
chunker of a
decade
book.
of horror. I think that was the best time for horror.
The Diviners. That's what I got going, so.
Hope we don't bore people because we're going on 70 minutes. We've been talking for 70 minutes.
Yeah, we're probably fixing to end it here.
Well,
unless y'all want
like
to keep talking, I don't care.
Like I said, Dee, definitely, I would try Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires to kind of get into his writing style, again. I think you will enjoy it a lot more. You'll enjoy Horror Store a lot more. I did. Because I think if I read Horror Store first, I wouldn't have enjoyed it.
But mainly, this is going to be a new segment every Saturday evening I want to do called This Week in Reading, which we're going to go over what we've read and stuff. So I kind of wanted to create a new segment, a web show.
Kind of like Coffee Talk, but live. A live Coffee Talk.
A live Coffee Talk. I guess I could still name this Coffee Talk. But I kind of like This Week in Reading.
Yeah, but should we do this more in the morning time on Saturday, or is this a better time to do this?
For now, I guess we can still do Saturday evenings.
Yeah, but should we do it earlier because it's like 10:30 Central Time?
Mm-hmm.
So in Eastern Time, it's probably like 11:30.
Just let us know, guys, what time you want us to do this.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if it's a better time for y'all. On a Pacific Time, it's 9:30. But people on the Eastern Time, they may not like us broadcasting at 11 o'clock at night, 11:30.
Well, they don't have to watch it.
Hey.
No, that's not what I meant. I mean, they're not gonna. It doesn't interrupt them. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, they could catch it later, but they wouldn't be able to catch it live, though. Is what I'm saying. If they wanted to chat with us and watch it live, and they're like,
yeah, I like Saturday evening myself. I kind of like.
Well,
Saturday
I'm just saying,
evening.
if they like to go to bed earlier, like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and we're on.
Yeah.
They might like it if we're on at like 7:30 on Saturday. 7:30 Eastern Time, which would be 8:30. 7:30 Central Time, which would be 8:30 Eastern Time. Yeah, Megan, you're on Central Time, and it's also a long weekend too.
Woohoo! For a long weekend.
Well, it's a very long weekend for a lot of us that are, dealing with this virus thing.
Now, also, I may stream this show on my Mixer. So I'm going to put the link to my Mixer.
This is so fun. I really am enjoying. 7:30 Central Time works for you too? See, that's what I'm thinking, because then our friends that are on Eastern Time, they could, are you still the Book Chronicles on Mixer? Or did you change it to Art, Books, and Gaming?
It'll lead you to the right one. But it's Art, Books, and Gaming.
Okay.
But in fact, let me pull it up and I'll show you. I do gaming streams.
I'm not much of a gamer, but she
This-
does do some coloring on there. And I like for her to, she has some cozy, Shannon has some cozy mystery books that I've been trying to get her to do to color them, because they're cozy mysteries that you can color on the outside. I wanted to do a fast run through for our videos. I'm trying to get some new ideas and concepts on what I could do besides vlogging. I love vlogging, and they're the videos that are the most fun for me. But if people would rather see other things as well, or instead of us vlogging our day-to-day lives, I'd like to do that. I would like to do that. I don't want to leave anybody out that would like to see a certain content on our channels.
Well, I want to do coloring. I want to do this segment, and I want to do my gaming. So.
Yeah, on Mixer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, on YouTube, I'm talking about for our general YouTube channel.
Right.
As far as vlogging, or if we should do like a coffee talk and then do our live weekend reading live chat on weekends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this would be good too to put in our Facebook book club group, and we could talk about our books that we're reading in our book club, which haven't been very good because I didn't read the book club book that we picked the last time, which is kind of horrible for me because that's not good.
Right.
I want to get into that. I want to get into that book though. The T-Girl of Hummingbird Lane.
Yeah, I want to give it another shot. I think I'm going to give it another shot. I want to get the paperback though.
I'm excited for my best friend's exorcism. Is what I'm excited for.
Megan likes coffee talk.
You like coffee talk? It's kind of a wrap up, isn't it, Shannon?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what we're doing here too. We're going more in depth and just chatting with people. And
Or we could,
or
Melanie, we could do this. We could put this up.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'll show you. Look at this, Megan. Hold on. I got it up. Give it a second to update.
Oh, it takes place in 1988, and I'm yeah, I like coffee talk. Coffee talk. I wish we could redo coffee talk at the bottom for our segment here and just call it our weekend reading. Change the background to black, Shannon. Can you do that?
I don't know if you can do that. But this is our icon for our coffee talk. Or our
we should have got that put on a mug instead of our other one.
I don't know if you can, let's see, edit.
We should have got that logo put on our coffee mugs instead of the one we had.
But the good thing is you can add 3D effects to it.
Oh, that would be cool.
Watch this, guys. Do you like sparkles? Here, yeah. I'll let you see. Let it catch up.
Okay. There's black there.
I have to figure out how to do it.
Do you like our intro music? I'm in a
rainbow. It's black there. But you can look. You can add sparkles, sci-fi, fireflies, heart. You tell me which one you like. Butterflies.
Try the heart sparkles. See how that looks.
Those are heart sparkles. Okay.
Yeah, try those. See what that
Let's
looks like.
go out of that.
I love chatting with y'all too, Megan.
Y'all, there's
I'm
Simca.
not seeing it yet, Shannon.
Hold on. There we go.
I like the dark background too, Dee.
There you go. Hold on. Give it a second to catch up. Give it a second to catch up.
Okay, let's see. I like the dark background too, Dee. What about our intro music, I'm in a Rainbow? Do you guys like that song? Or you think I should change the song up? Oh, you want to save that effect so that I can put it on our video?
I can save
Well, at
it.
least for Valentine's Day.
Or,
Valentine's.
uh-oh, let me put it back. Or, say, would you rather have butterflies?
Butterflies would be cool for the rest of the year.
But or would you rather have? Day, or would you rather cool. Have glowing sparkles? Hold on.
Yeah, Megan, I'm so glad we get to chat with y'all.
Look at this. Uh-oh.
That would be perfect for Valentine's Day, the hearts.
Hold on.
Let's see what this looks like. Glowing sparkles. Where are you getting that from, Shannon?
This is on.
Where did you find?
On Windows.
On Windows?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just wallpaper?
There you go. Look.
Oh, I love that. Yes. Shannon, save that to where I can clip that and put that on for our videos.
I'm doing it again. Watch.
Oh, I'm so glad, Dee. I'm so glad you're enjoying it.
Watch.
Oh, Shannon, save that clip if you can, and send it to me, and I'll add it to our videos. I'll add that particular clip to our videos. I love that. That is so fun.
Here we go.
Do they have a holiday one, Shannon?
I believe so.
Now, the hearts would be cute for,
Valentine's.
Yeah. So, for the month of February, we could do the heart one. You have that clip for the heart?
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to save
now
that.
Now watch.
Though.
Watch this.
Oh, I love that. Oh, my gosh. That is so fun.
But
Shannon,
yeah.
save that clip.
Hi, Simca. Yeah.
You like the song in our intro, Susan? Cool.
I'm in a rainbow. But anyway.
Very fitting, isn't it? What about a holiday one, Shannon? Can you do a holiday one?
Let me see.
Simca is so funny tonight. She says, if I can't be on Mama Mel's lap, I'm going to sit on the couch top beside her. I don't know how to do that. You'll have to work on like a Hanukkah or a holiday intro for December to add to our. Oh my gosh, you have me on there. Oh, how funny.
I'm trying to get. Our the photo that I just had.
Oh, Hendrix is mad at you because he got a bath? Oh, Susan, my dad he's doing well. He is virus free, thankfully. He's been virus free for a while. Um, he's doing good. He's doing a lot better.
Holiday they have just
His
snow pretty much.
wife is still in the hospital. They did a swab the other day and she was virus free, but they have to do another swab and see if she's virus free or not. And if she is, they're going to send her to a rehab facility. This virus really hit her hard. It really hit her hard. We don't know that she'll be able to go back home. But Dad is taking every day in stride. He's he's been a little depressed, and he's he's been doing the best that he can. Um, that
But yeah, you can do snow.
Do they don't have a holiday one, Shannon?
Snow.
Just snow? Okay, we'll do the snow. Oh, I don't like the globe.
Where is it?
It's very frightening, Susan. It's very, very frightening. I don't even know. Well, there was a pumpkin. Oh, there's snow. Cool. Okay. I hope and pray that people take this virus seriously, because it's an eye opener. But like